Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is many a true nerd, and welcome back to Medieval 2 Total War, where, well, our slightly aggressive wars of expansion, leaving us with very many, very wide borders, may be about to cause us a few problems here, because, yes, we've got a big Russian army that's a bit annoyed that I've taken, 3 territories off Russia so far, leaving them, I think, only 2. Because flipping Poland have expanded all the way here to the flipping edge of the map. Well done, Poland. Poland are doing extremely well this game. Really, really damn well indeed. And yeah, a crusade that I began against Genoa may be about to go a little bit wrong. Because I'm besieging them with a lovely big army. But they've got a small but reasonable army here with the factionaire in the city. And the faction leader himself is floating around too. And there's more reinforcements, lots of reinforcements in Milan itself. Basically, the moment I end this turn, there could be a lot of flipping angry Milan folks heading in the direction of my crusading army. Kind of makes me wish, rather than kind of deliberately shepherding them away, I'd actually just let the Venetians go first. They could have gone in, lost, then I could have come and picked up the pieces, but there is a chance they could have won, which would have been unfortunate. But yeah, I've also noticed the Venetians are led by Gerardo the Mad. Sadly, I can't see his full trait, but he's indeed Gerardo the Mad, so that's good. Speaking of which, I think that's actually all I can do this turn, give or take here. This force has already moved. This force needs to quickly retrain here at Lasagna before heading north to potentially, yeah, relieve the forces of Vikingrad as the Russians approach. But we are about to have one hell of a battle against Milan in the meantime. I think the Venetians actually get their turn first, but no, there's no way they can get close enough to actually relieve me, unfortunately. Right, let's do this. That army around Paris just keeps getting bigger and bigger. I'm wondering where it's going to go next. It might go and take Bruges, actually. And if it does, I won't be able to get a big enough force to actually deal with it fast enough, unfortunately. So, France may just be able to take Bruges on this occasion. Because, yeah, England have been very, very slow on the old expansion on this occasion for whatever reason. Not just surprising the Venetians heading back towards Genoa, but they won't get there in time. Oh, here we go. It's Milan. Yeah, Princess is moving, but that's not the only thing that's moving, is it? No, 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 no. Wait, what? Did they just... What? They just didn't bother to... Okay. And the Russians seem to be moving a little bit on the slowly side as well. Just... Milan decided against defending... Do you know what? They've only got 2 cities. They can't be throwing them away like that. Okay. Why would they have done that? That's just quite frankly weird. Oh, Polish heading into my territory again. Not sure what they want. And the Hungarians on the move as well. Go on, Hungary. Go take Nuremberg too. Why not? Nope. For whatever crazy reason, the actual faction leader of Milan decided against attacking me. Possibly because his army was actually, yeah, the banner was half strength. I think he's topped it up with mercenaries. Possibly it's not quite as strong as I thought it might be. That could be why he didn't dare attack me, because he thought he was going to lose. In which case, I really hope I bothered to build siege equipment. Yes, I bothered to build siege equipment. Good, 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 good. In which case, yeah, we should totally just get in here and take out the factionaire right now. As far as I'm aware, they don't have anything else, do they? No. Bern is still rebel for the time being. Dijon was taken by France. Dijon very often falls to Milan. I think, unless they've got, well, I can't see what's going on over the sea yet. There's a good chance the Papal States might hold some of this territory. Milan could have done as well. I'll need to get a spy nearby or get a boat out in the ocean just to go and have a look-see. Right now I can't see it because I've never had eyes on these islands at all. So therefore, even if I'm like hovering over them, I can't see the ownership. So I'm going to need to get a boat or a spy nearby for that. Oslo's ready to upgrade. Oh yes, Oslo gets upgraded. That's going to be a city very, very soon indeed. Ooh, other good news. Peasantwerp is Peasantwerp's a city. Peasantwerp gets a merchant's wharf. Oh yes. Yes, 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 yes. This is all excellently good news. Invest in that trade right now. Our house has hit 12,000. Oh, our house is going to be huge soon. Okay, that's expensive, but it's worth it. Just get that in production right now, even though I've basically just burnt all of the money. But that money, that's going to pay for itself. That's fine. Right, so, current status quo. Up here in Russia, we have just got a small force hanging around here, being a little bit on the annoying side. Can I get my yes? I can get these backup troops into Vikingrad right now. So I've got myself... Not great. Handful of heavy infantry, bunch of Norse archers, some damaged scouts, a couple of mercenary spearmen. Okay, I've got a lot of indirect fire. And I don't know what this guy really has. so far. Also, just the merchants are flipping piled in over here. Russian merchant, Hungarian merchant, a different Russian merchant. We need to get rid of these bastards. Yeah, I think against this force, we can hold out for now with indirect fire if need be. But over at Lasagna, the forces of Lasagna need to get out here and clear out these bastards as soon as possible. Because this is nothing but archer militia, spear militia, yeah, okay. It's just some basic troops, ranged but short range, together with some basic militia infantry. We should just be able to deal with that very nice and simple. And they need to go down to clear the way for reinforcements to head north if need be. Okay, they back off when I just kind of move the force out. Unsurprisingly, you really get a better view at them. Oh yeah, it's only 2 actual units of infantry. Most of it's actually just flipping indirect fire. Okay, well in that case, probably the best thing I can do is Bolslaw Herman, you should get involved because you're losing your dreadfulness. Stop it. Stop being a flipping chivalrous at whatever. Don't do that. Okay, small force just stay out here. My heavy infantry, my mercenary spearmen, and the scouts just to keep the indirect fire on the move, together with Bolslaw Herman himself just to ride them down. We'll get in there, he'll do the murder, then we just execute anyone that's left. That should hopefully get his dread back up. Alright, nice flat battlefield. That works for me. Let's just get the horses out on the flanks here. You as well, just on one of the flanks. That should be fine. What have we got here? Yep. That should be okay. Now, are you going to start marching towards me? No. No, you are not. That's okay. I've got enough cavalry to probably just say screw it, whatever. So, yeah. In which case, you 3 guys... Yeah, hang on. You go to... Actually, those guys are already badly damaged. You to there. You to there. You guys start running. And then after that's done, yep. You go to there. You go to there, and then you go just to the back, and then we'll also just get the horses moving around the outside too, just to basically keep them dancing. We'll just basically rush in, completely bomb rush them. They'll start reloading at some point, but my horses will chase them off. I probably should have got the scouts moving first, just because the scouts will basically be able to chase these guys off, because they're going to start reloading soon. But I'm just going to have my scouts moving. I actually don't want them to make touch. Yeah, those guys are reloading. The king can get over to one side. But these guys, because of skirmish mode, will start moving pretty soon. Yep, they've already started moving. These guys will start moving. We actually managed to hit them straight away. Get back out again. Hit these guys. That does a fair bit of damage. Get these guys out straight away. They're already breaking because there's a tiny bit of dread coming off Bolslaw Herman. Obviously, the spear militia are trying to hunt down my horses, but they're not doing well. In which case now, archer militia goes over here. You get over here. You get round here. My infantry's already closing in. And yes, soon, as soon as these guys hit over here, that guy's dead. The whole thing should now collapse. Beautiful. The initial charge killed their leader. Spot on. Now we just get you round here. You into here. Surrounding them with whatever we've got. And continue the battle. I want everyone ridden down, please. So now, go after everyone. I want every single, down to the last man. I want them hunted down. So just get over there, you get over here, you get over here, you finish hunting down these guys, you head over to these guys, and now at this point, yep, it is just a case of basically chopping these lads down. I think we took, yeah, these guys took 1 damage each. I think we've lost about 10 to 15 men this entire battle. I'm going to wipe out this entire enemy force. That was very nice and neatly done. And now every single one of these guys is just being stabbed, but technically they're not dead. These guys are not dead, remember. Right, just get the king up front here. I want every single one of these guys dead, please. You to you, you to you. Lovely, everyone just keep going forward here. And you now on these guys. Now just basically start stabbing all of these lads. And a handful are going to get away. That's fine. Enough will die that hopefully the army will just kind of cease to exist. There you go for those guys. Lovely. Yep, nice, neat, effectively done there. Just use your cavalry to basically keep the guys... Oh, yeah. 6 men lost. Okay, we even got some in the back. Oh, of course, because some of the casualties were from archers. That's another way that archers are nicely balanced in these games. Sure, they can do tons of damage at range, but if you can't actually win that fight, large numbers of those guys ultimately will be getting back up again, because archers generally injure rather than kill. And of course, we know that all of these guys are being executed because we like Bolslaw Herman being evil. So execute those guys. And Bolslaw Herman didn't get any more evil from that. He's just already pretty bloody evil, that's the thing. Right, let's get you down to here and just slap a watchtower down, just so we've got a slight bit of visibility of what's going on in the world. But yeah, that's Polish. This whole area is flipping Polish. That does, however, leave Bolsleholm a little bit further south than when he started, so it's going to be a good 2 turns, maybe even 3, before he's actually got anyone up at Vikinggrad. So Vikingrad's going to need to take care of itself for the time being. That's okay, we can handle that, because yeah, while Duke Bernardo was too much of a coward to swing down with his half-strength army, I think now he would attack, because now I think he probably feels like he's got enough strength. At this point, we can actually get in there and finish off Genoa before he's ready. So, in we go, yeah, 2,600 men versus 376. Sorry, your dad's not coming. He was too much of a coward to come and help you last turn, and now it's too flipping late. So, what do we know about this guy? Dread times 3, so morale might be a bit of an issue. Anything else we know? Ooh, cruelly exacting taxman, marvellous. 30% bonus for any +2 unrest. Very good trait to have in the right territory at least. Yeah, this guy is decent, but sadly he's about to die. All we've got to do is get past the militia crossbowmen on the walls and we'll be fine. And those guys are bloody bastards and a nightmare, but that's fine. With only 2 of them, we can just basically swarm them. It's okay. And here we are, our first Southern European city. I like these because, yeah, the architecture is very clearly distinct from Northern Europe. There's a lot more domes, the buildings are a bit lower down, the roofs are a different colour. The architecture in general is very, very different. I like it, especially the churches. And obviously, like, the churches very often like the biggest, most obvious building in an area. So yeah, it's kind of cool that the church in particular is very, very different with more domes and less spires. Still, here we are. This is Genoa. There's the... Hang on, where's the... There should be some... Yeah, that'll be some... Wait, where's the... Oh, that is the sea. That is the sea. It's fun. I was wondering where the sea was, but no, it's because there's mountains over there, because that will be... Hang on, that'll be... Oh! That'll just be Sardinia over there. Yeah, just like Rome Total War, Medieval 2 kind of scaled down the world a little bit. So, you know, places that shouldn't be clearly in sight of each other actually are. So, yeah, here we go. And a little farm just outside, because, yeah, this game was full of lovely little details, which I did like. It was like the little buildings that sat just outside the main cities. But, yeah, a bunch of farms outside there, which is very, very good indeed. Now, there's no reason not to approach from this angle. This looks like, yeah, this is a perfectly reasonable angle to approach from. This will do very nicely. Okay, begin the battle. Let's see where they are. It will not be too surprising to see. Okay, so we've got, yeah, 1 unit of those bastards up there. They're crossbows, so they don't get flaming bolts. What I'm going to do is I'm going to send in the Crusader Sergeants up front, and then we're basically going to have them flanked with my Viking Raiders who can come in from either side. So those guys can just come over to, say, yeah, over to here, nice and slowly, and over to here, no, not you, you, over to here, nice and slowly as well, and I think these guys are allowed to come over onto this slightly higher bit of the wall, right? Oh, can you not? Because that counts as a building, not a bit of wall. Oh, okay, fine, well, you can come over here at least, that's okay. So everyone in, and indeed, of course, the religious zealots do actually get to hammer down the gate just as a kind of last minute thing. Like, the chances of us running into trouble here are limited, but just on the off chance, I'm just going to send in the ram anyway. Just because, you know what? These guys, they're religious fanatics. They literally basically came here to die to guarantee their passage into heaven, so I'm going to give them an opportunity to die. That's really the nicest thing I can do at this point. And unfortunately, I may have slightly overestimated the severity of the slopes here, because, yeah, my towers are going at slightly wonky angles to actually get down off the slope here in order to... You're running over your friends! There we are. This guy seems to have figured it out, at least. This guy seems to be able to get into a good position. So, flaming bolts coming out of the towers. Hopefully this ram will make it to the gate. Because, yeah, you've probably noticed from previous sieges, like, to my mind, it feels like the gates and the rate at which they spit out flaming arrows, and thus the chance that the ram will burn down, was much greater in Medieval 2 than it was in Rome. At least that's my kind of take, and that's the way I've always kind of felt and observed. So, you guys are... What are you firing at right now? Nothing major. The interesting thing was, crossbows weren't so good on the walls to my mind. Like, crossbows were really good in the open battle, but, like, it felt like actually archers did a better job on the walls than crossbowmen did, or at least that was always kind of the way I kind of felt about it. So I think we're almost... Yeah, we should be pretty good at this point. The ram has actually made it in on this occasion. Lovely. So I think we've got a ram up to the walls. Good, good, good. And now, yeah, my Crusader Sergeants are up on the walls as well. I'm not sure they can necessarily win this fight, but they can do a very, very good job at the bare minimum. They'll be able to do, yeah, a lot of damage. Now, these guys, they've got defense of 12, but their attack's only 6. I think these guys are attack of 7 to defense 14. So, with the assistance of the towers, possibly, these guys will actually win, but they'll be weakened enough that the kind of, the backer will be able to take them out pretty nicely. So these guys are, yeah, let's have a look at these guys. These are at 94 right now because they've taken a bunch of damage already. And these guys are, you see, they're not going down fast. They're just not going down fast at all because they do have excellent quality defense. And one of those rams has just burnt down irritatingly. Well, that is absolutely fine. Can you get up here anyway by climbing those ladders? I need to follow the ladders. Can you figure out what I want you to do? Can you see that I'm telling you to go for the ladders? Yeah, don't get too close to the burning thing, by the way. That'd be a bad idea. So, yeah, I think they're now going for the ladders. They're going to follow them up the ladders. The ram is battering down the gate. This guy's almost made it to the walls, which is good. So that means we've now got, yep, reinforcements hopefully coming in momentarily from that side. The gate is down regardless, so no matter what happens next, we're in good shape. And there is, as far as I can tell, where's the king's backed off to the plaza. Okay, you get through the gate, if you'd be so kind, and just get up onto the walls and help take out these guys, because these guys are eager. These guys, meanwhile, are 105 and steady. If you can, I'd say, back up the guys on this side, because this is the side where there's no reinforcements right now, because we're going to have Viking Raiders coming in over this side, whereas on this side there's no one else. So I want the religious zealots up on the walls, basically getting in the back of these guys, because then, yeah, when they get... Oh, yes! In come the men with sticks! And yeah, with your defense 12 versus flipping... Oh, yeah. They can actually probably do a better job. Just because they've got... These guys have got attack 14 versus attack of 7 for my actual flipping Crusader Sergeant. So actually, the Religious Zealots might actually do a flipping better job. Which is embarrassing, but there we are. Pretty soon we should have my Viking Raiders coming up here as well. They are getting up to the top. Very, very good indeed. And Viking Raiders are also coming in as reinforcements here as well. So we've got Viking Raiders coming up here. So there should be a very healthy amount of troops floating around here momentarily too. Good, good, good. Looks like these guys are... I think they're trying to abandon the walls. It's not going to go so well for them. And then we've got... Yep, these guys are now here. The walls are... Ooh. I think, unfortunately, yeah, my Crusader Sergeants actually broke, but these guys are abandoning the walls regardless. Fine. So, head over to there. These guys haven't broken quite yet. You guys, head down here. Yeah, get down onto the street level and just basically take those guys out one-on-one. In fact, actually, you know what? We've got these knights we've brought up. Bringing the cavalry through the gate, that will do just fine. No sign of the king, he's still far, far away. So in which case, let's also just bring up some reserve spearmen, just in case. So bring up the reserve spearmen, start bringing them up, lovely. So you guys are now down on the street level. If you can take on, yeah, you should be able to handle them pretty easily, because with your armor piercing, you should do a pretty damn good job. In comes cavalry to help with the surround. Come on, guys, get over there. Get over there, please, thank you. And they claim to be firing missiles. I'm not convinced they are. So now, nice axe blow for you, and you've already broken. Good, 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 good. Now, where's the king is not on the plaza. He's... Where has the king got himself to? He's round here somewhere. He's just chilling out on a side street here. Fine. Good, 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 good. So you guys are breaking and are going to take a big amount of damage here. One of my units of cavalry is going to finish these guys off to the last man. Another unit of cavalry can finish off these guys. Okay, one of you head over to here. You are fighting to the death rather than fleeing. You're too surrounded. And the religious zealots can actually finish off the last of you. Come on, religious zealots. Come on, religious zealots. I believe in you. You can do better than that. There you go. Took you bloody long enough. Right, good. We've got the gates. Now, is the king in any way coming in this direction? I don't believe he is. No, I do not believe he is. Right, in which case, we need to basically get hold of these here catapults before they become a problem. So we've got one catapult there. We've got another catapult around the back there. We should just be able to send my Crusader Knights around the outside of the town to take care of that. So Crusader Knights, you head over in this direction. And if you can you loop round the side to... No, that doesn't loop round to there. You need to go all the way around the outside of the town. Fine. That is not a problem. You guys just head all the way round to... Yeah, to flipping here. There we go. Now, for the king himself, obviously, we've got a whole bunch of spearmen here, and perfect world, we could just basically lure him off the plaza. That'd be perfect. So, yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to basically bring up a whole bunch of my nice spearmen who can just come round up to here and form basically a great big line of spearmen, including a couple of skiltrums round there. My archers, meanwhile, can start heading in this sort of a direction too. You are just, just a random crossbow militia. A couple of you managed to get away. These guys have finally made it up onto the walls. A little bit late, lads, a little bit late. You guys, I want you to come over in this direction if you could be so kind. Yep, head up through this street. That's okay. So I want you to get around the back of this here. Oh, those guys are already abandoning the area. I think the, I think the catapults are coming back up to the plaza. At least one of them is, unfortunately. Yeah, we've missed our chance to hit that catapult while they were actually off there, but that's fine. Catapults aren't going to do that much. Actually, I say that. Catapults, with flipping set to the flaming thing inside tight city streets, they will do a lot of flipping damage. Don't underestimate. Why are you going that way? Don't go that way. The pathfinding in cities was really, really poor. Can't deny. I'm not sure whether it was really genuinely worse than Road 12. It felt worse to me. To me, it felt like it had got quite significantly worse. So you guys get over here. Here we go. This is what we want. Double Crusader Sergeants. Just tell them to keep heading forward. You just draw up here. Are you in range? Yep, you're going to be in range of the bodyguard. Just basically you head over to here. You lot stop right there. Form up your skiltrums, please. And just stop. You lot lure in the general. Thank you. Stop right there. Thank you very, very much indeed. And by the time these guys have actually fired, you should hopefully be in your skiltrums. Oh, that's a little bit close to the top of those guys' heads. But whatever. Right, there we are. So we've hit them. That will hopefully... This is a bit of a dodgy skiltrum, but I guess it will do the job, because these guys are not going to get an actual flipping charge in. The have started firing. Bloody catapults. Right, to this point. Now, hang on. Where is my cavalry that I was sending around the back here? You... Get into the back of this guy, if you'd be so kind. And where did the other cavalry unit go? Where are you? Why are you over there? That's fine. Just get around the back of here, if you'd be so kind. Lovely. And now at this point, yeah, there'll be losses here, but they can handle it. You guys fire over the top at the, the catapults if you can. My horses are now coming up on the back of these here catapults. They should do decent jobs there. Those are proper mailed knights, even if they are mercenaries. And the horses now need to get round to here and round the side to get at the back of here. And the king is dead. Good. The king stupidly got way too far up front. He's now dead. Good. That will encourage these guys to break. They're up to shaken already. Lovely. These guys are 32 and eager, but dropping very, very fast. And now these guys should just be able to go straight up here. And life is good. Marvellous. I imagine these guys will break pretty soon. In fact, I'm amazed they haven't, given the king is actually dead, or rather the factionaire is dead. So, bring you guys up here. Just tell you guys to hit over here. You guys hit over here. Plenty of spearmen over here. These guys are just going to slowly get worn down. Why are you on skirmish mode? Don't be on skirmish mode, please. This catapult, I think, is trying to fire at these horses. Nope, they've given up. Lovely. So now we're on the plaza. Now we can just basically start chopping down these guys. This guy's fleeing, so we can get around the back of you. We can just now get you into you. You're on the plaza, so you will not break in a hurry. But now if we can just keep the king busy for one moment. There's actually some crossbow militia right here. What we should do, actually, is send one unit of cavalry just slamming into the back of the king. Hopefully we can just cause him to break. So if we can just cause him to break, life will be much, much easier. You, meanwhile, can just handle what's left here. Yep, the king is broken, and now there's a bunch of horses to cut him down as he comes through. So 27, 24, 20, 19, 16, 14. Oh, yes, kings are difficult to kill until they break. Then it's very, very easy. So always make sure you get this around. Use your cavalry intelligently. Catapult down to 4. You get over there. Just basically, if we can, push them off the plaza. Live should be done there. What was your name? I didn't even bother checking. Enemy General... I was about to read that as Enemy General Fallon, but no, he's not Fallon. He's Count Catalano. And we have won. Lovely. So yeah, we technically lost more men than them, but in all fairness, most of that was indeed to the walls. Few casualties, but I will take that, given we did indeed take out a factionaire. And that should be the Crusade won. But I suspect the people of Milan will want revenge yet, now that indeed their faction leader has built up a decent-sized army. So, this settlement could be occupied very easily. And I feel like probably we should just occupy it. Because unlike one in the Middle East, it's already Catholic, it's not too far away from our actual capital. I'm just going to occupy it. I think we're okay for the time being. So, Milan apparently doesn't like us. Who'd have guessed? You've become chivalrous in rule. The crusade has been successful. The Pope's given me some money. Everyone who was part of the war gets some lovely money as well. Got ourselves a Templar knight. And another knight as well. And noble in rule for even more chivalry. So yeah, this guy is now, as a result, much, much better. He's up to 10 out of 10 on the chivalry front. Beautiful. And a skilled bureaucrat as well. So this is going to be a very, very good city for us. Yeah, we can put the tax rate up straight away, of course. This population is... Actually, it's only 8,500. I would have thought it'd be a little bit higher than that. But yeah, Frederick the Crusader has gone from being an okay but not spectacular guy to being really bloody good at only age 19. That's why basically, like, every time a crusade's available, always go on a crusade. Even if it's just like against a crappy settlement you barely even want. Just because the people who go on crusade become so damn good, it's worth doing just for the improvements to your family members, even if you don't want the city at the end of it. Plus, this place has already been pretty much entirely built up. Thank you for the investment there, Milan. We will just be having that off you, though. May as well give you a brothel just so I can train spies here. That would indeed be useful. And anything else here? Nope, that's all the basic stuff. Lovely. So, crusade completed, Genoa taken. Now, that should, I believe, let's just get Milan up here. Just in terms of territorial rankings. They currently sit as 2, but I imagine, yeah, it doesn't update till next turn. Because we know England, for example, has finally managed to take Wales. So they're up to 5 at the minute. Scotland is, yes, Scotland's still at 1. They never took Inverness. I should probably just go and knock out Scotland at one point. But just have Scotland for me, because they literally have 1 territory. The Byzantine Empire has been taking losses somewhere, but I imagine those are directly related to those are pretty much related to the Venetian gains. They've been losing territories, Venice has been getting it. Venice is doing very, very nicely indeed. But Poland is really the one to watch. Poland has been doing fantastically this game. 10 territories, that is impressive for AI Poland. Though France is one to watch as well. They are currently at 8. That's decent for France as well. Holy Roman Empire struggling slightly. Started at, 6, and appears to have dropped to 5 because they've lost to Vienna. Looking a bit shaky in general. And, oh yeah, poor Spain's not doing so well. Spain is literally not expanded yet. I think they must have lost a really early battle and they've struggled to recover. Sicily doing nicely though. Sicily up to 6. Well done, Sicily. And my merchants finally made it down here. Let's just quickly clear out any other merchants. You are, ooh. Yeah, I don't quite dare, because this guy is only... Well, actually, he's 8 out of 10 as well. 8 out of 10 versus a 7 out of 10. Ooh. Okay, I'm going to bring this guy just safely over here, and... Oh, yeah, that's what I wanted. 267 a turn. Over here, 146, 73, 267. Have we got anything else that's good around here? Maybe around Rome, for example. That's a watchtower. You can't trade those. Yeah, just get him on textiles for the moment. We'll put him down on this here. Ooh, a marble mine. We'll put you down there soon. Now, that extra money I can indeed afford, yes. 1 extra crossbow militia here at Vikinggrad, which is marvellous. And do I need a spy here? No, I've already got a spy floating around. Let's just, yeah, keep the spy close to this guy. Yeah, it's nothing but cavalry, which is going to really struggle to take the wall. So... we'll be okay for the time being. Lasagna, we could do some retraining here. Ooh, expensive retraining of mercenaries, but it's totally 100% worth it. Yeah, everything's under control for the time being. Ooh, Polish priest helping out in this territory as well. Thank you very much, my good man. Now, what we need to do quickly is here, infiltrate Jerusalem. So, public order currently, 110%. Because, well, not entirely, but largely because, yeah, it's very, very Islamic right now. It's an Islamic city. It's overwhelmingly Islamic. But my spy is going to hit that public order. More importantly, if I was just theoretically to bring up all of these priests simultaneously and just have them in Jerusalem territory and just basically convert this place to Catholicism ahead of time, I think that might just be a good thing to do, yes. But yes, the religious war against Jerusalem has just begun. We're going to turn this place to be 100% Catholic, and that is just going to be so, so beautiful. because the Egyptians can't control it if I've just basically increased minus 100% to happiness on account of religious unrest, because everyone's Catholic and would much rather be part of my empire. Now, this crusade does leave us with one little kind of leftover awkward thing, which is that massive crusader army of Gerardo the Mad still exists. It's not a crusader army, they suddenly have to start paying for it, but it's still there. And as for Venice are, in fact, yeah, they are currently... Ooh, they've got a lot of enemies. They're enemies with Sicily, enemies with Milan, and enemies with the Byzantines. So, in theory, they might still want to throw their army straight at Milan, which would be fun. Also, you guys have got a good selection of allies. France and the Holy Roman Empire. That's actually quite the alliance, a three-way alliance with France, Holy Roman Empire, and Venice. That's big and tough and nasty. That's very, very big and tough and nasty. Luckily, the Polish are reliable, unlike me. So I'm hoping I can keep them on side, because Denmark and Poland together, I think probably would be enough, well, definitely would be enough to roll straight over the Holy Roman Empire. If we could just take on, well, France and Venice and the Holy Roman Empire together would definitely be dangerous. It would kind of depend, like, say, where a couple of other players fell, particularly Hungary. If we could bring Hungary in on our side, that might actually work. We'd have to see about that, though, to be honest. It feels like Hungary and Poland are at the brink of war, rather than potentially about to become allies. Still, time to see, indeed, what Milan is going to do next with their big army and what Venice is about to do with theirs, because that's probably one of the most interesting things going on right now. In fact, actually, you know what? I'm going to bring a spy down here to get a better view of what's going on in North Italy, because North Italy is where the exciting stuff is happening, damn it. We can just move you to, where was the exact right spot? There was a really good spot, like about here, where you had visibility of the... Yeah, that'll do. Then you've got visibility of Frankfurt, the road, and Nuremberg. That'll do for the time being. France and England are still chatting with each other. Massive French bloody army floating around. It's going to have to do something sooner or later. France has, I don't think, actually ever been to war with anyone in this game. They've just been picking off rebel territories. Slowly, but reliably. And they've built an empire of 8 territories. Like that, they've got fortresses, they've got big cities. Everything's looking pretty good for France. They just haven't really decided who to throw their actual strength at yet. It would not surprise me to at some point see them actually go into, go actually into Spain. I think Spain and Portugal both actually kind of failed to take some of the rebel settlements around there. I think they've both done very, very badly this game. So France could, theoretically, expand over the Pyrenees and actually have some footholds in Spain. Nope, the Venetian army has wandered off, possibly to go and lay the smackdown on Constantinople, who knows. The people of Milan want to come and have a chat. Ooh, do they want peace? If they want peace, they're going to have to pay for it. Yeah. Okay, they are, ceasefire, and they're rich. You know what? I think we could theoretically have peace, but you're going to have to pay for it an awful lot. Thank you to the comments, by the way, who point out, of course, the reason Egypt wouldn't pay for peace was because they actually couldn't, because they were literally bankrupt. But no, Milan aren't. Milan are rich. Very, very rich. So, I am looking for tribute. Quite a lot of tribute, in fact. About 2,000, actually 2,000 a turn might be a little bit excessive. They've now only got one city. But 1,500 a turn for 5 turns. How's that? The game says that's still generous. The game says that is still very, very generous. And I'd like a single payment up front as a gesture of goodwill of 2,000, please. Yep, there we are. That is still generous. I'll offer it to them.
I see no true problem here. We agree then.
Marvellous. So we have just got a good bit of money there. You're also going to be paying for some actual flipping trade rights, by the way. That's an entirely different deal. Oh, apparently I can't actually charge them like a different amount per month. I just need to change the tribute. So you know what? Okay, I'm just going to charge you 1,000 for trade rights. That's balanced.
No, we will not accept.
They want an alliance. Whoa, 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 whoa. No, that's not happening. But on the plus side, what they have just given away is how much money they've got in the kitty. They've just given away, obviously, that's all the money they've got. I now know they've got 3,720. No, we're not allying with you, you stupid bastards. What I will, however, ask you for is slightly less. I'll ask you for 500. Okay, 500, balanced.
Please, do not ask things we will not accept.
No, I'm not allying with you, Milan, because you've been flipping excommunicated, and you're idiots, and I've just taken a city off you, so go away. just for the sake of it, I'm willing to basically offer you trade rights and map information for map information, which is very generous of me, by the way, just to get you to shut up.
I am afraid I must deny.
No, they're basically just up for an alliance. Fine, screw you, then go away. We've got peace with them, that's the important thing, and they're clearly desperate to make friends right now. They're in a very, very weak position. They just kicked the Poles out of their territory. I think that was what was previously the Polish crusading army that made it close by. So they've just kicked their asses, okay. And in come the Russians, unsurprisingly, laying siege to Vikinggrad. Now, all we need to do is just very slowly wear them down with arrow fire. Sally forth, and if they try and take the walls, I don't think they're going to be able to do it. Oh, hang on. Poland getting really close to Stettin there. Not keen on this one little bit. They could just be marching through because they want to say get to Bruges or something. It's striking me as unlikely, but it's possible. But yeah, I'm concerned there. And we've got ourselves one benefactor. Sven of Milton Keynes wants to bring someone into the family. Siege expert, promising commander, handsome, loyal, religious and active. Yep, you can join the family. I'm fine with that because you're young enough to justify one of your place as one of the 4 theoretical children or adoptees that a guy can have. New mission. The council still wants me to take Bruges. I failed last time. They want me to take it again, damn it. Relations report. England and France really do not like me that much. We've got ourselves... Yep, the French cardinal's dead. And another flipping cardinal of Denmark has been promoted. We've now just got... It's just a great big cardinal party down there. And everyone's invited. Right, speaking of which, cardinals... Into Jerusalem, if you'd be so kind. Everyone, just surround Jerusalem. Surround Jerusalem. Priests on every flipping side. They are already up to 13% Catholic, and public order's fallen to, yeah, just 105%. That's gonna go a long way down yet. Diplomatic information. Portugal and England have made friends, and us and Milan have made friends. Unsurprising. There, yes. Portugal, after attacking England for no well-explained reason, have decided, wait, why did we just bloody do it again? In fact, actually, particularly why have we just done that? Because... this territory here, Zaragoza, still hasn't been taken. Just send some troops to go and take Zaragoza, you lunatics. Though it looks like finally someone's going to take Valencia. That's under siege right now, so someone's finally going to get that at long flipping last. I mean, don't blame them for taking a while. Like, that place is really, really well defended. It's possibly... is Valencia the most well-defended rebel settlement on the entire map? Quite possibly it is. It's really tough. It's a wooden castle. It's got 11 troops. It's also got a full proper general who's actually a really good quality general in there as well. So I can't blame them for not taking that. But this, there's no excuse for not taking Zaragoza, a town with 4 units in it. I just don't know what Portugal and Spain are playing at not taking this yet. I mean, sooner or later France will just go and get it if they don't. Now, let's just get to the spy down here and we can see what's going on. That is, yeah, that was just a Polish guy who had his arse kicked. Lovely. And now, yes, indeed, we can actually see what's going on up here, which is Milan has a lot of strength, but not much to do with it. Now, move you over to the marble mine to get you up to 8 out of 10 there. Marvellous. And now you are making a very healthy amount of money there. Beautiful. Now, one thing I should probably do in terms of making friends is, if I can, the Pope. Is the Pope willing to... The Pope is willing to form an alliance. I might even... No, he's bankrupt. Don't ask for any money. If I could be an ally of the Pope, let's just flip and do it. Alright, make the offer.
Of course. We accept this deal with open arms.
Spot on.
Excellent.
Absolutely spot flipping on. Any chance we can just swap military access for military access so we can... No, apparently that's very demanding. Never mind, don't bother with that then. So, alliance announced with Denmark and the Papal States. Now, that's important because now we're next door to Florence. So potentially we can actually get help from their armies. That'd be glorious. And that presumably gets our, yep, relationship up to 10 out of 10. Beautiful. And can't help but notice that Milan has still not been reconciled. Sometimes, if you've had, like, you know, a crusade against a Catholic faction and they've lost one of their cities, the Pope reconciles them automatically. But Milan, still not reconciled. Not reconciled, and better and better. Yes, indeed. They've only got 1 city left. Let's just double check that. In the scrolls here, Milan and territorial, yep, 1. If we can storm Milan, Milan's dead. They have been knocked out of this fight, and we will have 2 very, very valuable cities for our trouble, because this thing is producing, oh yeah, trade is good, mining is good, taxes are good, the population's good, This could be an excellent little city here. Speaking of which, just very, very quickly, slap down some watchtowers just to make sure we see what's going on in the world, including down here as well. Lovely, there we are. Now we've got a good view of Marseille. That is welcome. Anything else interesting here? Ah, yes, of course. Vikinggrad and Russia. So we've got to go and take care of that. We've got to have a think about whether we want to actually deal with Milan. And if we are very, very lucky, we can pretty much just drive Jerusalem to revolt because it's going to be too Catholic for the Egyptians to hold on to. And all of that is to come next time, ladies and gentlemen. But in the meantime, I've been John. This has been Many a True Nerd. This has been Medieval 2 Total War. Thank you very much, and goodbye. This is the face of death, okay? This is what my sudden death looks like. Do not engage before we arrive. Do not engage. What are you doing? I specifically said don't. Oh, no.
No, John.
Oh, he likes that. The Romans touched me.